Big news, everyone. President Donald Trump just said in an interview yesterday that he is considering a new stimulus payment of $1,000 to $2,000 per American. This is much larger than anything we've seen proposed recently. In a moment, I'll play you a short clip of his exact words, and then I'll explain what this means, how it compares to Senator Josh Hawley's American Workers Rebate Act, and what we might expect next. Here is Donald Trump yesterday from the White House in a one-on-one interview discussing what he intends to do with some of the tariff money collected.
With that being said, we'll pay back debt, but we also might make a distribution to the people, almost like a dividend to the people of America.
How much are you thinking for that, sir?
Well, we're thinking maybe $1,000 to $2,000. Be great.
Now, if you've been following my channel, you'll remember last month I reported on a flood of misleading articles claiming that every American was about to receive a $1,390 rebate check. I told you at the time those articles were false, and indeed the IRS has publicly confirmed that. But I informed you there was real hope in the form of Senator Josh Hawley's proposal called the American Workers Rebate Act. That bill, which is still in committee right now, would provide $600 per person to working families. It's not the law yet, still in committee, but it's one of the most concrete proposals on the table. So here's the update. Donald Trump has now floated an even bigger number, $1,000 to $2,000 per American. Notice the difference. Hawley's bill focused only on working families, so that would leave out, for example, those on Social Security, which hardly seems fair as our seniors are some of the hardest hit by inflation. Trump is not one to be outdone. His idea would include all Americans, not just those who are employed, and it raises the stakes from $600 per person to $1,000 to $2,000, again, for all Americans. Now, we have to be clear, this is not legislation yet. This is a public statement of intent. But when a figure as prominent as Trump puts forward an idea like this, along with the American Workers Rebate Act, which is already in committee, then rebate and stimulus checks become part of the national conversation. And this issue is perfect for both Republican and Democratic lawmakers. Republicans are going to say that tariffs are going so well with over $220 billion collected that some of that money should be shared with the American public. Democrats, on the other hand, are going to say that tariffs are causing higher product costs, which hurt Americans, and therefore some of the money should be given to Americans to offset these higher costs. Who cares? As long as they both get on board and pass the rebate measure. Now, I told you in my last rebate video, which was my first ever video, as my channel is now 1 month old, that I would update you immediately if there was any real movement on stimulus or rebate checks. And this is the first major news since then. My goal here is to cut through the noise, the rumors, the clickbait headlines, and bring you accurate updates with my financial background as a 34-year CPA to explain what's really happening. And if you are new here, I am Robert J. Bailey, CPA. And the purpose of this channel is to teach you on matters of individual, small business, large business, taxation, how to limit your exposure to fraud, on matters of maximizing Social Security benefits, and many, many other topics intended to keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next update. Because as this proposal gains traction, I'll be back with the details. And you don't want to miss my next video on the latest ingenious, and I mean ingenious method hackers are using to gain access to your computer and how to avoid that. Now, let me ask you just one closing question to you. Do you support a $1,000 to $2,000 stimulus for all Americans? Or do you think it should just go to working families like Senator Hawley's bill suggests? Please let me know in the comments because I read every one of them. Now, this is Robert J. Bailey, CPA. Please be well, and I'll see you soon.